The build-up to this flag football event is starting to feel less like a casual exhibition and more like a full-blown grudge match, and we haven't even seen a snap yet. The Fanatics Flag Football Classic in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, is still days away, but the real action right now is happening off the field. Headlining the drama are two names everybody knows: NFL legend Tom Brady and WWE star and crossover entertainer Logan Paul. What was supposed to be a fun, star-studded flag football showcase has turned into a debate about athleticism, respect between sports, and who actually belongs when the word competition gets thrown around. The game is set for March 21st at Kingdom Arena in Riyadh. It's not just some random pickup run either. The event pulls together a ridiculous lineup of football talent. You've got established and current NFL stars like Saquon Barkley, Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, Myles Garrett, and Max Crosby. Rob Gronkowski is expected to be there too, which means there's a real chance we get to see Brady and Gronk back together on the same side of the ball, even if it's in a flag football setting instead of Super Bowl. So on paper, this thing already looks like a dream event for football fans, legends, current superstars, celebrities, and a big international stage. But despite all those names, the spotlight is locked on just two people, Brady and Paul, and the tension they managed to create with a few pointed comments back and forth. The whole thing really started heating up on Logan Paul's own show, Impulsive. He was talking up his background, running through the usual list of what he's done as an athlete and performer, wrestling in high school, working as a boxer, and now pulling off big spots in WWE. He made it clear he wasn't just showing up in Riyadh to stand around and smile. He actually believes he's a real athlete who can compete. Tom Brady, who joined in and listened to all of this, clearly wasn't entirely convinced. From his point of view, WWE is impressive in its own way, but it's not the same as what he calls real football. He leaned into that difference, poking fun at the idea that Logan's wrestling resume would automatically translate to a flag football field full of NFL-caliber players. Brady basically told him, in that calm, slightly smug way we've all seen from him over the years, that he was a little worried for Logan. Not because Logan isn't athletic at all, but because there's a gap between being a good all-around athlete and sharing the field with true football elite. He brushed off WWE as cute, talked up the fact that what they be doing in Riyadh is real competition, and reminded everyone that, yes, he's got 7 Super Bowl rings, but that what actually matters to him now is this next event. It was half joke, half challenge. Classic Brady. On the surface, he's being playful. Underneath, he's saying, you don't really know what you're walking into. Now, if you know anything about Logan Paul, you know he was never going to let something like that slide. On a new episode of Impulsive, he came right back at Brady. And this time, he didn't just brush it off as light trash talk. He went point by point and made it clear he thinks people are underestimating him. Logan said that if you lined him and Tom Brady up and tested them across a wide range of sports, not just football, he genuinely believes he'd come out as the more athletic guy in most categories. And when you look at it a certain way, you can see where he's coming from. Logan is a lot younger than Brady. He's been training for boxing, doing high-impact, high-explosive work, moving like a much more multi-directional athlete. Brady, as great as he is, built his legacy on very specific traits: reading defenses, throwing, leadership, and a kind of minimal movement efficiency that worked perfectly for a quarterback. Nobody has ever called Tom Brady the most athletic player on any field he was on. They called him the smartest, the most clutch, the most competitive. But fastest? Strongest? No. Logan used that angle while also defending what he does in WWE. He pushed back at Brady, calling WWE cute by flipping perspective. From his point of view as a boxer, he said football can look cute too. His logic was that if you put a big chunk of NFL or NBA players into a boxing ring with elite boxers, a lot of them would get exposed very quickly. They'd be out of their element, and the so-called toughest guys in American sports would suddenly look a lot less intimidating. Now, he wasn't saying football players aren't great athletes. In fact, he actually gave them credit. Logan said he thinks, in general, most NFL players are better pure athletes than most WWE superstars. That's a pretty honest thing to admit, considering he's the one performing in the wrestling ring. But then he made what is probably the most important point in this whole back and forth. Just because someone is an incredible athlete in one arena That doesn't mean you can swap them into another sport and expect them to dominate. He pointed out that every sport, at its absolute highest level, demands insane focus, repetition, and sport-specific skills. You can't just copy and paste football talent into pro wrestling or boxing and assume it will work. And you can't take a WWE performer and assume they'll survive in the NFL. The work, the timing, the instincts, all of it is different. That's where this situation gets more interesting, beneath all the bravado and sound bites. Both guys are touching on a real debate sports fans love to have. Who are the best athletes in the world? Are they NFL players, boxers, basketball players, Olympic sprinters, soccer stars? And could they actually perform in each other's sports? Or would they struggle? Brady's comments carry the perspective of someone who spent decades running the most complex offensive systems in football against the strongest and fastest defenders on the planet. From that lens, a scripted, entertainment-driven product like WWE is going to look easier, even if that's not the full reality of what those performers put their bodies through. Logan, on the other hand, is coming from a combat sports angle. When pain is real, when knockouts are real, when there's nobody to protect you from taking a clean shot, it's natural for him to think that the toughest athletes are the ones climbing into a ring or cage, not the ones running routes or throwing passes and pads. The funniest part of all this is that the platform where they're going to settle this debate, at least a little bit, isn't a boxing ring or a WWE ring. It's a flag football game. The Fanatics Flag Football Classic is not tackle football, but that doesn't mean it's a soft, casual jog in the park. Flag football emphasizes speed, quickness, change of direction, football IQ, and coordination. There's no big hits, but route running, coverage, throwing windows, and chemistry still matter. For someone like Tom Brady, this is home. This is his arena. This is where all of his knowledge and experience shine, even if he's older, even if he's retired from the NFL. For Logan Paul, this is different. He's athletic, he's explosive, he's agile, and he's used to performing physically in front of massive crowds. But football is not his original language. He doesn't have years of reading coverages, timing cuts with receivers, or understanding the layers of a defensive scheme. So while he might win a broad, theoretical contest of all-around athlete, if you put out a decathlon of random sporting tasks in this one specific setting, a football base event, he stepped right into Brady's world. And that's where the tension really lives. Brady is, in a sense, defending football's honor. He's saying, this isn't a game where being generally athletic is enough. This is our domain. Logan is pushing back with, athleticism is athleticism. Don't act like what I do is some kind of children's play, and what you do is the only form of real competition. As this exchange has gone public, fans on both sides have jumped into the conversation. Brady loyalists see this as yet another challenger underestimating the mental and technical side of football. Logan supporters see it as the classic old guard champion underestimating a new age athlete who's built a career jumping between different disciplines and thriving under pressure. Meanwhile, fanatics and the organizers of this Riyadh event have to be thrilled. This is exactly the kind of attention you can't buy. A one-off flag football exhibition has become a global talking point because the two most polarizing personalities involved decided to lace it with ego, pride, and a genuine disagreement about what counts as real. Saudi Arabia, for its part, has been investing heavily in big-name sports events, from boxing cards to soccer and beyond. Hosting a showcase like this with Tom Brady, Logan Paul, and a slate of NFL stars fits perfectly into that pattern. Add a little trash talk, and suddenly it's not just a game, it's a must-watch. From a pure football standpoint, there are plenty of fun subplots beyond Brady and Paul. Seeing someone like Saquon Barkley run routes in space in a flag format, watching Justin Jefferson cook defensive backs without worrying about getting blasted over the middle, or watching someone like Myles Garrett try to wreck things even without pads, that's entertaining on its own. Having Gronkowski involved is like the cherry on top for fans who love that Patriots and Buccaneers dynasty era with Brady. But no matter how many stars are on the field, the cameras will keep drifting back to Tom and Logan. How much do they interact? Is there more trash talk face-to-face? Or is it all in good fun? Does Brady target him on defense? Does Logan try to prove a point by making a big play? Maybe going deep against NFL DBs just to show he belongs athletically? And then there's the bigger picture. Logan was absolutely right about one thing. Each sport requires so much specialized training that most elite athletes will look pretty ordinary if you yanked them out of their comfort zone and dropped them into a different one with no preparation. Plenty of NFL players will look lost in an MMA cage. Plenty of boxers would blow assignments instantly in an NFL offense. That doesn't make any of them less elite in their own space. What makes this flag football game so intriguing is that it puts those theories into something semi-practical. No, it's not full pads, and no, it's not Tom Brady dropping back behind an NFL offensive line in a playoff game. But it is still a high-speed football environment, and it is still a master of the sport, Brady, sharing the field with someone from a completely different lane who has loudly claimed he can hang. By the time March 21st rolls around, you can expect the banner to continue. Maybe we get more back-and-forth clips. Maybe they both tone it down and play into the friendly competition angle. Either way, when they line up on that field in Riyadh, everyone watching is going to have the same questions in mind. Does Tom Brady make Logan Paul look out of his depth in a true football environment? Or does Logan pull off a couple of plays that prove his point about all-around athleticism? Do we walk away from this with both sides admitting some level of mutual respect? Or will this turn into another round of interviews, each claiming victory no matter what the scoreboard says? What we already know is that the Fanatics Flag Football Classic has succeeded before the opening whistle. It sparked a genuine debate across fan bases, drawn the eyes of people who don't even usually care about flag football, and tapped into that very human curiosity about how different types of athletes compare. So now it's over to you. When you look at Tom Brady and Logan Paul, whose side are you leaning toward in this whole real competition debate? Do you think Brady's right that this game in Riyadh is where things really count? Or do you agree with Logan that pure athleticism stretches across sports in ways people don't always want to admit? Let me know what you think, and keep an eye on that March 21st matchup. Whatever happens on that field in Saudi Arabia, one thing's guaranteed. Both of these guys are going to do everything they can walk away saying, "I told you so."